everybody. It is Intricacies of Michelle, and I'm just here to ponder life and the things going on with my life. This is my third recording about a guy that I've known for a couple years, but we never really fully connected. We went out on one date and he sent me a song that scared the bejeebies out of me. And I wasn't ready. I wasn't emotionally ready. I wasn't mentally ready. And I had some other men who were talking to me, and it's been like a year and a half since he and I went on the one date. I'm feeling bad about freaking out and kind of ghosting him for a bit because I don't think he's a bad person. But before my brain processed what my hands were doing, I sent him a text and it said hi. And that was it. And I was like, he might cuss me out. Not really. He's not that kind of guy. I was like, oh gosh, he's probably going to be really shocked to receive a text from me. And I thought, I'm not going to sweat it, whatever. A few minutes later, he texted me back and said hi. And then we set up a time to go out. We rescheduled that to the next night because there was a conflict. He missed the meetup on Saturday. I broke my own rule and I called him on Monday. And he picked up the phone and we talked, and he started the conversation with, I'm sorry, this, and this happened. And I'm like, okay, I'm kind of in a place where I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. And now, after we've talked for a day or so, I just don't know how I feel about this. Our schedules just don't meet up. He's got some schedule that's not a 9 to 5 schedule, and he's got things going on the weekends. So when I get a new job, I'm not really sure how we're going to see each other. I don't really guess that it matters. I'm putting the cart before the horse, as the old adage says. I'm just conflicted right now. And I feel like the best way for me to move forward is with caution. Many people would say, just relax, let everything play out. But that is not how my neurodivergent brain is built. I have to organize things, and I obsess, and I overthink, and I want to just wave a magic wand and have all the answers and everything in its place and know where we're going from here. And I don't know that. I also feel like if I let this go this time, that it's going to have to just be done. But I've done a lot of growing and I've given it a lot of thought, and I'm in a great place for the right person. But I'm a firm believer that the person you date should be an along with versus being an instead of. I know myself well enough to know that when my gut says, girl, stop, then I should definitely stop. On a different note, I'm trying to connect with a creator, influencer. I don't really know because I'm acting very boomerish. I don't really know what he's called, but I'm trying to connect with that person. And I'm really hoping he'll come on the show because his content, I love it. I think he's amazing and funny, not in a icky old lady stalking a younger creator guy, because ew. But I just think this dude is really cool. And I'm hoping he'll agree to come on and be my guest on the show. Anyway, so, hopefully that'll work out. And like I've been saying since the beginning, I'm not going to do a whole lot of these podcast episodes. I think I'm just going to do this until I feel like I've had a full catharsis. There's just so much going on. I could talk about, my ideal guy. I don't know. That kind of changes though. I have my friends would tell you that I have a type, but I mean, based on what they know and they've seen, I probably do actually have a type, but I'm not opposed to anybody outside that type. Most of the time, I end up with men who speak other languages, most of the time Spanish, and my Spanish is terrible at best. We be Google translating. Yeah, so dark hair, they usually have brown eyes, though I really think people with interesting eyes are pretty cool. I would say I tend to be interested in more exotic looking men. And by exotic, I mean it's generally not your average white guy. Not that I'm opposed to my own, like people or anything, but I tend to have interest in Spanish speaking men. I like tall guys. Short guys don't bother me. I want them to be above 5'5". I don't have a preference other than that. And they can be edgy. And I appreciate tattoos, but if those tattoos are on some weird wife beater type guy, I don't need that drama, but I don't usually attract that, thank God. Oh, I love a good bicep. I'm not going to complain if they like to go to the gym and they're into bodybuilding. I like that. It doesn't bother me. But again, I'm not going to discount someone because they don't do that. I'm mostly looking for someone who complements my soul, someone who is a safe place for me to land. I want to be able to trust this person and know that if I'm having a bad day, they will step up and they will try to ease my stress and frustration and listen to me. I don't need them to fix it. I just want them to listen non-judgmentally and be like, "Oh, baby, I'm so sorry you had a bad day. Come and let me wrap these big, huge biceps around you and hug you and hold you." But yeah, but see, I say that, but I also want somebody who's smart and plans and, you know, has good business sense, whether he's tattooed or not. Those are the things I want. And a fresh haircut is always good. I just prefer that he be into wellness and hygiene. Obviously, I've watched too many Korean dramas because I sound like I'm describing a lot of the men in the Korean dramas. I don't know. I would say whoever this magic man is, he needs to know that I have responsibilities. I own my home. I invited my mom to live with me when my dad passed. We have a whole ecosystem of our own. And I'm not opposed to letting someone join along with me, but I don't want someone who thinks they need to come in and change how we are and what we do and is mean about it. Mean people suck. And I'm not mean unless somebody backs me into a corner. If you, like, I'm going to treat you how you're treating me. Generally, for a long time, I went by the golden rule, treat others as you would like to be treated. But I just can't really live by that anymore. I treat others how they treat me. And if they're rude and they come at me, I'm going to get real Aquarius on them and I'm going to be rude and detached. And I'm not going to care if I hurt your feelings because you started it. I thank all of you who have supported me on this hobby show of mine that people told me would not be a hit. And that's not really why I did it. It's not a hit. The people who listen are usually people who know me and care about me. I am not sure that I know anyone who lives in Ashburn, Virginia, but I thank y'all because I know you're listening regularly. You know, my friend in Japan, I love that you listen. It makes me grin every time I see Japan show up on my locations. I miss you. I wish you would come back to the US and visit. As I always talk about, please fill out the boyfriend application. It is a humorous little evaluation, and the answers are just really kind of funny. And yeah, some of the answers have kind of boomer choices for the multiple choice. So sorry, y'all. I'm not a boomer, though. Definitely not a boomer. Okay. Until next time, peace out. Love you. Protect your heart, protect your peace, and we'll catch up again next week. Bye, y'all.
I will search for you through 1,000 worlds and 10,000 lifetimes until I find you.
Bye bye, my baby, bye bye.